Welcome back to Tennis Town, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. For those of you that have been following tennis developments over the last 24 hours, you may have realized that Rafael Nadal is out of Indian Wells and Miami. Let's take a look at his chances of recovering in time for the French Open. So, Rafa Nadal has had to pull out of Indian Wells and Miami, both Masters 1000 tournaments, so that is pretty big news for him. He lost in the quarters in Indian Wells last year and lost in the final of Miami, so a lot of points will be lost there for him, meaning that Mr. Federer gets to remain a little longer at world number one. That is more or less a certainty. Now, Nadal. The problem is his hip. The same hip that troubled him in the Australian Open, that forced him to pull out in the quarterfinals. That same hip has not fully recovered. He's had to pull out of Acapulco in Mexico this week, and basically he reckons he needs to sit out Indian Wells and Miami to have any chance of making the French Open. Now that is big news because Rafa Nadal has been so dominant on clay, and I said in a couple of videos ago that I felt that his body was starting to catch up to him. I was wondering whether he was actually still in his prime or not. If you ask me, I'd say he's a little past his prime, just because his body at the age that he is starting to deteriorate. I know he's younger than Federer, but biologically and also with all of the strain of, we know, I'm not going to get into it, we know how Nadal plays, we know how physically demanding it is on his body. But one thing people underestimate with Nadal is his mental toughness. One of the subscribers made a fantastic point, you know who you are, and thank you for commenting. Mentioned that, you know, Nadal, every year we doubt him and every year he makes it to the French Open. And that is true, and that's a testament to his mental toughness, really. He is just the king of clay, and he knows that. But in saying that, how close are we to the day that Nadal can no longer get up and about over injuries in order to still win French Opens? I think that the inevitable has to happen at some point. He's only getting older. He's getting more and more injuries. Now he's got an injury only, you know, a month and a half out of the French Open. He's not as young as he was. The body doesn't quite recover the same way it did. Sure, the mental toughness, the mental edge is still there, but he's also in uncharted waters now. He may also be wondering to himself, okay, I've done it many times before, but can I really do it this time? Can I really? And I know there's been doubters every year, and I was never a doubter of it before, but now I am just putting the facts out there. I really feel as though he will not be 100% for the French Open. And with the absence of the other main players, such as Murray and most likely Djokovic, I really believe that Federer should take his chance and play the French Open and pick up another French Open. Now, we already went through it. There are a lot of downsides to that too for Federer, but if ever he wants to win another French Open and take that chance, this is his chance. Shame to see Nadal injured again. Ideally, we want to have, you know, the top 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want to have all the best players in the world 100% fit for the French Open. Guys, thanks again for watching. Thanks again for tuning in. Like I said, let me know what you guys think. Again, it's been so great, you know, seeing you guys comment. I'm just so stoked, one, that people are even watching these videos, and two, you know, having that level of engagement. It's been fantastic. So, guys, really, thank you again. Really looking forward to seeing you guys soon in another video. Cheers.